Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Monday, September 9th, 2013. This is Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, and I'm your Monday Vlogger B. Now, this week's topic is going to be kind of a sore spot for me because I've got to try to explain something that I don't know if I'm capable of explaining. But it's pretty simple. The topic has to do with size and shape and accepting your size and shape. And I'll read it. Here we go. It says, accepting your size and shape today. What does that mean to you? How do you live with the body and shape and skin you're living in today? And what have you done, or do you plan on doing, here we go, to continue working on accepting yourself? Wow. That's a big interpersonal struggle for me because, first let me start out by saying, I'm not at my goal/maintenance range yet. I know I have work to do, and I'm very, very happy with the work that I've done so far. The pace isn't as fast as I'd like it to be, but given things that have happened to me in the past and where I am today, I get it. All right, I'm happy with that, and I know I'm working on that. So, all that aside, accepting myself. I guess we'll start at the top. Accepting. I'm reading off the phone here. So, what does it mean, accepting your size and shape? I think what it all boils down to is, do you like what you see in the mirror? For me, bottom line, almost. I know there are some things that I have to deal with that are going to require surgery. A, everybody has this, or a lot of us do. They'll lose skin. B, I've talked about this before, even on Proof. My gynecomastia, my man boobs. That's that, and unfortunately for me, that's not going to go away with any amount of weight loss. And I've come to accept that fact. The only thing that's going to make that go away is a little bit of money, or a lot of money. But anyway, so I'm becoming more comfortable with that. My size. This is the part that I'm going to have a hard time with. There's a line here, and there's I'm comfortable with, but haven't accepted phase is kind of where I'm at right now. And what I mean by that is I'm comfortable with the way that I look. I have no problems putting on clothes, going out in public, going out to the pool, going out to dinner, asking people out on dates. I'm very comfortable with the body that I've built. I haven't accepted it, meaning I'm not happy with it. This is not where I want to be. So while I might not let it inhibit or prohibit my activities like it would have 3, 4, 5 years ago, it's certainly not to the point where I want it to be, which is starting to become a really big motivator for me, especially as I get a little older and I start to think about family and settling down and finding a girlfriend and realizing that eventually I will be to that age where losing weight is not going to be easy for me, and I'm going to have to really start to work on that. So I know that time is not on my side. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm balancing on that fence between accepting the way that I look and being comfortable with the way that I look. I'm not going to accept the way that I look, not anytime soon. But I am very comfortable with the way that I look, and I hope that I'm explaining that well, because it's something that's still not very clear in my own head, and being able to explain that to you guys is a bit of a challenge. But that's kind of where I am today. What have I done to work on accepting that? I think that for me, it's going to come down to getting where I want to be. I know where I want to be. I know what I want to look like. And when I get there, I will be able to say, okay, I'm happy with this. I think a lot of it comes down to practice. And this goes back to that confidence building thing that we go through. Being able to say, okay, I'm not the fat guy I used to be, and maybe I can venture out and try some things. And I think that's what it is. It's just trying things, Go out. Try to get somebody's number. Does it work? Hey, well, I must be doing something right, And not to make it all about dating, but yeah, that's kind of where I am. But anyway, so it comes down to practice. Those things that bother you about yourself, you kind of have to put yourself in situations where you're forced to face them. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to accept them right away, but at least be in a position where you have to say, okay, I'm going to the pool today. I have to make that decision. Do I take my shirt off or don't I? And then you make that decision, and whichever way you decide to go, yes or no, well, then next time you work on it again. And that's what it's all about is practice, 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 and putting yourself in those situations that you're not comfortable with. It's just like any other fear or any other phobia or any other dilemma that we deal with in our weight loss surgery journeys. It's just putting ourselves in those situations and making ourselves make decisions, and then reevaluating those things and say, okay, what happened today that didn't happen yesterday that caused me to make this choice and not that choice. And that's what it's about for me, it's putting myself in those situations and seeing what I do, because to be honest with you, I've never done this before, as most of us haven't, so we don't know how we're going to react, and you just kind of have to practice at it just like anything else. So that's what I got this week, guys. Make sure you thumbs up, don't thumbs down, subscribe, tell your friends, come back and see us tomorrow for another Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works video. Come back and see me on Monday for another Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works vlog. I'm out of here. I'm going to go watch the Texans whip the hell out of San Diego. Sorry, Amy. And I'll see you next week. Take care, guys. Bye.